if you're like below 6 foot, you're not going to be the president. People talk about, half the presidents have been, under 6 foot and half of them were over. But how many since the advent of television have been under 6 foot?
I also think 5'11" is the height men give when they know they're not 6 feet. Or nodding at me. When you know they're not 6 feet, but they can't like officially, they want to pretend they're a little bit taller. So it's like, I'm 5'11", like, no, they're actually like 5'8". And like, no, that's not bad. I wish he would just own it, right?
Well, no, I mean, he could own it, but he's not.
But he's not going.
Yeah,
and also,
he's
like,
never going to be the president if you're not tall.
Can you imagine? He went from being the governor that was the face of freedom, the governor that was basically next up in line. If he would have waited till 2028, he would have probably been the Republican nominee. And now instead, we're sitting around here talking about, does he wear high heels? His best hope is to like get an Instagram sponsorship with a heel company. This is what happens.
I don't know that I believe. I don't know that I believe that he ever would be able to be the president just because of his height. I strongly believe that if you're not,
Phil, we're in a progressive, accepting society.
No, because that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Stop. That doesn't count for men. That is not the truth for men at all.
But without Trump in the race, will we even be talking about it? Trump is the one who put his people on this. This is a Trump that we nobody cared about these things necessarily.
It doesn't. He would get on stage and be next to someone taller, and that's all it would take.
Okay.
Because I honestly don't believe that there is a situation where people are going to look at like dudes on stage behind a podium, and if one is significantly taller than another, they're not going to vote for the short guy. They're just not going to do it.
I believe in you guys. Come on.
I pulled up a bunch of photos just looking at my phone of from way before DeSantis was running for president, and I just looked up photos of Trump with DeSantis, and he looks like he's probably 5'11". Unless
that's a fake height. No men are 5'11". They're just pretending to be 6
feet. Then 5'10". Unless he's been wearing high heels the whole time, which is possible, and then no one noticed until now.
I imagine that he probably did.
He probably wore them as soon as he's probably been for a while. Yeah. I mean, as soon as he started dating. Maybe.
I mean, if he's wearing them now, it's something that he's been concerned with.
We need to get a picture from when he got married, because he got married in his dress uniform, which might be harder to hide lifts in, and then we can do a comparison to the objects around them. That's my new theory.
Like that photo is amazing. He's floating into the sky.
This is what a lot of people said about this picture right here, that his they think he's wearing these fake shoes, otherwise he's got really long legs.
Fibula?
He's halfway to heaven.
Fibula?
Well, the one that's like, there's no way any human has this length of bone except for Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, someone said DeSantis' heel lifts are so high it looks like he's being photographed mid-rapture.
Mm-hmm. I just think if he had responded...
Unless it's Photoshop, I don't know.
I just wish he had responded to this more positively, embraced it with humor, because it would have been a different... I don't know that it would have changed his campaign completely, but it would have given him the personality that right now people critique him for not having, right?
He's humorless. He's lifeless. That's the problem.
This was this perfect moment to do something, and I'm just sad they didn't embrace it, right? I'm not trying to make him feel bad about his height, he can be any height he wants to be, apparently, but... it doesn't have to be like this, and they made it this weird sticking point that now people are always going to try and bring up.
I mean, I still strongly feel like
Phil will only have a tall president. I guess
it's about the way that people unconsciously react. It's not something that people are going to be able to identify on their own. They're going to say, they'll just be like, I don't know, the other guy just looks more presidential. It'll be, he's more commanding. I trust him. And
that is a deep part of human psychology.
It is all about charisma. And when it comes to men, taller men are looked at as an authority. That is just the way people react. That is not anything, no one thinks about it at all. It's attractive privilege. It's a 100% attractive privilege. And that's the way that it pans out for men. And with women, if you're a large woman, you're not as attractive as smaller, petite women. That's just reality. I think
it's even beyond attractiveness. I think, some of the stuff that we look for to indicate health, well-being, that are deep in our psychology, that, they're young and vibrant. Height is one of them. I mean, even babies tiny newborn babies prefer symmetrical faces. Yep. There is something deep in our minds that looks to seek for indicators of health or strength or whatever it is. I just think, maybe he could never have been president, but I just think the way his team handled this was
How tall is
a bigger issue.
Demented guy in the office right now, Mr. Biden? How tall is he?
6 foot.
He's 6 feet. Wow, okay.